welcome in GS Commerce College Varda. I am Professor Shailesh Bisen. I am teaching to you BCom third sem Financial Accounting. Now under Financial Accounting, the current topic is consignment accounts. I am preparing this video special for the when consignor send the goods on invoice price. Now in my previous video, I have given the information and also provide the pro forma of consignment account when consignor have sent the goods on invoice price. Now this is the first example when consignor send the goods to consignee on invoice price. Example: Bhagwan Das consigned the goods to Narayan. Bhagwan Das consigned the goods to Narayan, costing rupees 80,000. Costing rupees 80,000. It consigned the goods to Narayan on invoice price. The invoice pro forma has prepared where it's charged the profit at 20% on selling price. 20% on selling price. It means if they have the cost price rupees 100, it's charged profit 20%, but this 20% on in selling price. Okay, at that time cost price being rupees 80 and 20% on selling price is become the selling price rupees 100. Okay, because selling 20% on selling price, so out of 100 it's come 20% for profit. It means remaining amount become 80%. Okay, there are two types of profit when consignor send the goods on invoice price. At that time it will charge the profit on cost price, or it will charge the profit on selling price, or selling price or invoice price. So we have need to check it and make the confirmation about the percentage on which amount it have charged the percentage. Okay, now this example, percentage of profit have charged on the 20% on selling price. Okay, Bhagwan Das consigned the goods costing rupees 80,000. Costing rupees 80,000. But when it's prepare the invoice pro forma, at that time it show rupees 1 lakh. Rupees 1 lakh, the price of these goods which is consigned to its consignee Mr. Narayan. Okay, how it's calculated? This is the cost price and this is invoice price. Okay, how I am calculating that? It calculated 20% on selling price. Okay, the cost price, they have given cost price, but profit has charged on the selling price. At that time you can use the formula for calculating the profit. Formula is that they have given cost price, so you can use the formula cost price into rate divided by 100 minus rate. Okay, for calculating the profit. And there have profit rupees 20,000, cost price rupees 80,000, profit rupees 20,000, and invoice price right there rupees 1 lakh. Okay, the cost price of these goods rupees 80,000 and invoice price of these goods rupees 1 lakh. So when consignor send the goods to its consignee, at that time it's keeping the record by invoice price. Okay, it cannot write cost price of the goods, because when consignor discuss, anytime consignor discuss with its consignee, at that time they have need to show just one price which it have given in the invoice pro forma. And when consignor send the goods to consignee, at that time it's prepare the invoice pro forma and now there it write the invoice price. Okay, journal entries are same. When consignor send the goods to consignee, at that time it's pass the journal entry consignment account debit and goods sent on consignment account credit. So write at the debit side of consignment account by the name of to goods sent on consignment account rupees 1 lakh. Okay, entry has same, but there are just one difference. It's sent the goods on invoice price, so it's write the invoice price there. Okay, goods sent on consignment. For that Bhagwan Das spent rupees 1,200. Bhagwan Das has spent rupees 1,200 for carriage and cartage, rupees 800 for insurance, and rupees 1,000 for other expenses. I repeat, it spent rupees 1,200 for carriage and cartage, rupees 800 for insurance, and rupees 1,000 for other expenses. It means consignor spent total rupees 3,000 for the different expenses, various expenses. And when consignor spend expenses, at the time it's past the journal entry, consignment account debit and cash account credit. Okay, you betterly know that when consignor spend expenses, at that time it's debited the consignment account and credited the cash or bank account. So write at the debit side of consignment account to cash account rupees 3,000. Consignor spend the expenses. Okay, consignor spend rupees 3,000 for various expenses. Consignee never no, there is no financial report I will show in the book of consignee. Okay, just we prepare the two accounts which are appear in the books of consignor. It means Bhagwan Das. Okay, but when consignee keeping the financial record, at that time it never pass the journal entries of both two transactions. It means the transactions when consignor send the goods as well as when consignor spend some expenses, these entries are not passed by the consignee. Okay, so expenses are fed by Bhagwan Das, it means consignor. After that, Bhagwan Das drew a bill of rupees 20,000 on Narayan. Bhagwan Das drew a bill on its consignee, and then the consignee is Narayan. When it sent the goods to Narayan, at that time for security, it's drew a bill on the self of Narayan, and as usual, Narayan accepted that bill. So for that, Bhagwan Das passed the journal entry, bills receivable account debit and Narayan's account credit. Okay, when consignor drew a bill on consignee and consignee accepted the bill, at that time consignor passed the journal entry, bills receivable account debit and consignee's account credit. Now there Narayan is a consignee, so bills receivable account debit and Narayan's account credit. So write at the credit side of Narayan account by bills receivable account rupees 20,000. If you like to prepare the bills receivable account, you can prepare it, but now in the books of consignor it's always prepared. Okay, you are like to show or not, but this account I always prepare in the book of consignor. Okay, bills receivable account. Okay, you want like to show that, you can show it. When it drew a bill on consignee and consignee accepted that, at that time is passed the journal entry, bills receivable account debit and Narayan's account credit. So write at the debit side of bills receivable account to the name of Narayan account rupees 20,000. Okay, Narayan's account. And after that, Bhagwan Das discounted that bill from the bank for rupees 19,400. 19,600. Okay. Bhagwan Das discounted, it means it have the need of some money, so for that it discounted, it give that bill to bank and take the amount from it. Bank deducted the some amount, and after that remaining amount give to the Bhagwan Das. Okay, Bhagwan Das discounted that bill from bank and it get rupees 19,600. Okay, for that it passed the journal entry, cash account debit, discount account debit, but now discount its treat the consignment expenses, because this amount always has used for the consignment, and for that you have need to spend some discount to bank when you have required some money. So the discount amount is known as, it's treated as the consignments expenses, and you betterly know that all consignments expenses are recorded at the debit side of consignment account. So for the discount, it's debited the consignment account. It get the cash, so it debited the cash account. Discount is a consignments expenses, so consignment account debit, and bills receivable has goes out when it discounted the bill, so bills receivable account credit. Okay, once again repeat the journal entry. When Bhagwan Das discounted the bill from bank, at that time is passed the journal entry, cash account debit rupees 19,600. For discount, it debited the consignment account debit rupees 400, and bills receivable has goes out, so bills receivable account credit for rupees 20,000. So write at the debit side of consignment account by the name of bills receivable account. Okay, rupees 400. Right at the credit side of bills receivable account by cash account 19,600, and by consignment account rupees 400. Okay, this account close. Okay, over. Discounted the bill. Narayan get the delivery of goods, and at the end of financial year, when it send the account sales, that account sales show that it had sold. It means Narayan had sold 3/4 of the goods. Narayan had sold 3/4 of the goods for rupees 80,000. When at the end of financial year, when Narayan send the account sales to its consignee, in this sales account, it's provide the information it had sold the 3/4 of the consigned goods. 3/4 consigned goods, it means 75% consigned goods for rupees 80,000. For that, when consignee sell the goods on cash or credit, at that time consignor passed the same entry. It debited the consignee's account and credited the consignment account. It have need to due this amount from its consignee, so it debited the consignee's account. When consignee sold the goods on cash or credit, at that time it's debited the consignee's account, and sales, it's the consignment's main income, so it's recorded at the credit side of consignment account. Okay, so entry for that, when Narayan sold the goods on cash or credit, we don't know about that, just sold the goods. For that, Narayan's account debit and consignment account credit. So debit side of the Narayan account to consignment account rupees 80,000, and at the credit side of consignment account by Narayan account rupees 80,000. The account sales also provide the information is that it spent, it means Narayan spent rupees 1,500 for carrying the goods to its godown. Okay, 1,500. It spent rupees 1,500 for carrying the goods at its godown. Okay, it means when Bhagwan Das sent the goods at that time for taking the delivery of goods, it spent rupees 1,500. Narayan spent rupees 1,500 for carrying the goods. For that, Bhagwan Das passed the journal entry. Expenses have paid by Narayan, but when the goods are sent on consignment, at that time the deal has done between the consignee and consignor is that the total risk and all expenses are covered by the consignor. It means the consignee's expenses always treat at the consignment's expenses. So when consignor spent expenses are recorded at the debit side of consignment account. Okay, now there Narayan has spent rupees 1,500 for carrying the goods. For that, Bhagwan Das passed the journal entry consignment account debit, and the amount had paid by Narayan, so Narayan's account credit. So write at the debit side of consignment account by the name of Narayan account rupees 1,500. Okay, 1500. And also write at the credit side of Narayan account by consignment account. Consignment account. Rupees 1500. Okay. Narayan is entitled. It also deducted its commission, which is entitled at a 5% on the selling price. Narayan charged its commission, which have 5% on the selling price of goods sold. Okay, and it have sold the goods for rupees 80,000. So Narayan charged its commission, which have decided 5% on the selling price. So it charged its commission. For that, Bhagwan Das passed the journal entry. The consignee's commission, it's the most important one expenses of consignment, so it's recorded at the debit side of consignment account. And the consignee's commission, it's deducting, it's decreased the receivable amount. So receivable amount has written at the debit side, and all the transactions which are decreased, that receivable amount are recorded at the credit side of the consignee's account. So consignee's, it means Narayan's commission are recorded at the credit side of Narayan account. So entry for that, entry for the consignee's commission, entry for the Narayan's commission is that consignment account debit and Narayan's account credit. So write at the debit side of consignment account to Narayan account. The name has repeated. First time we write the Narayan account for the its expenses, and second time for its commission. Okay. Then have the 80,000 selling price. On it you have need to charge 5% commission. So it's become rupees 4,000. 4,000. Okay. 4,000 commission. So it's right at the credit side of Narayan account by the name of consignment account. Rupees 4,000. Okay. Its charges commission. The given information has over. Okay. So at the end of financial year, you have need to find out the profit or loss on consignment. So firstly you have need to check they have unsold stock or not. But now this example they have some unsold stock. So you have need to making the valuation of unsold stock. Okay, just 3/4 of goods. 3/4 of goods are sold by consignee. It means they have balance unsold stock. Unsold 1/4. 3/4 had sold. It means 1/4 have unsold. Okay. The total consigned goods. Total consigned goods of rupees 1 lakh. Out of that, 3/4 goods are sold. It means 75% goods are sold. It means 25% goods are unsold. So we have need to making the valuation of that unsold goods. So in the valuation of unsold stock, we are taking the first topic. Normally, now in previous 4 examples, we are taking the cost price. But when consignor send the goods on invoice price, at that time you have need to making the valuation of unsold stock as per the invoice price. So write first invoice price. Invoice price. This is the first one change. Invoice price of these goods. The total invoice price rupees 1 lakh. Out of that, you just calculate 1/4 amount. It means rupees 25,000. Second point, proportionate expenses. Proportionate expenses. Proportionate of proportion of consignors expenses. Okay, proportion of consignors expenses. And consignor have spent rupees 3000 for total goods. Consignor spent rupees 3000 for total goods. Out of that, they have the balance 1 for goods. It means we have need to proportion of that 3000. It's become rupees 750. 750. Okay. And proportion of consignees direct expenses. And consignee have spent rupees 1500. They have given in the example, it spent 1500 for carrying the goods to its godown. Consignee has spent rupees 1500 for carrying the goods to its godown. It means these are the direct expenses. So out of that 3/4, it means I think 375. Okay, 375. It's becoming the value of unsold stock. Value of unsold stock 26,125. 26,125. Okay, 26,125 is the value of unsold stock. Okay, so pass the journal entry for the unsold stock. It's known as unsold stock. Also, you can say consignment stock. I like to say the consignment stock, so for that I pass the journal entry. It means consignment pass the journal entry. Consignment stock account debit and consignment stock account debit and consignment account credit. So write at the credit side of consignment account by consignment stock account the amount rupees 26,125. Okay. Oh, done. If the consignor had sent the goods on cost price, after making the valuation of unsold stock, you can easily calculate the profit or loss of consignment. But the important thing and the important of today's lecture is that when consignor sent the goods on invoice price, at the time of calculating the profit or loss, we have need to deducting all the excess amount. Okay, we better know that the cost price of these goods which it sent, it have rupees 80,000. But when it's prepare the invoice pro forma, at that time it write rupees 1 lakh, because consignor doesn't like to show the original profit to its consignee. For that, when it send the goods, at that time it's prepare the invoice pro forma, it write the value of these goods, it's more than the original cost price. It's known as invoice price. So when you keeping the financial record during the total financial year, at that time you write the invoice price. But when you want to find out the actual profit or loss on the consignment, at that time you need to firstly decrease the excess amount which you have written at the time of keeping the financial record. So there are this just chance to write the excess amount at a 4 place. First at the time of opening stock, but now this example there is no opening stock, so there is no chance to no need to deduct it. There are just 2 points. First one, it's written at the invoice price when it send the goods, and after that this one, the second point, they have invoice price. So when you keeping the financial record, you can write as per invoice price, but at the time of calculating the profit or loss, you just deduct that amount. Okay, so for deducting that amount, you can't override that amount. You have need to just write at the opposite side, and so for that we have need to pass some adjustment entries for decreasing the excess amount. Okay, Firstly, we we deducting that amount which we have written in the goods sent on consignment account, and it's known as loading. It's known as loading. So for cancelling the loading in goods sent on consignment account, the entry has been made, has been passed by the consignor is that goods sent on consignment account debit and consignment account credit. Okay, there are the invoice price or loading. It's clearly when the cost price of goods rupees 80,000, but it show the invoice pro forma rupees 1 lakh. It means there have 20,000 rupees excess in the invoice price. They have the extra rupees 20,000 in invoice price. So at the time of find out the profit or loss, we just make the cancel it from debit side. So for that you write at the credit side by the name of goods sent on consignment account. For information you can write it loading. Okay, but loading its word is not part of entry. Journal entry for that, goods sent on consignment account debit and consignment account credit. So write at the credit side rupees 20,000. Okay, and also there have the invoice price when you return the unsold stock. For that, cancelling the excess amount from the consignment stock, you have need to write the pass the journal entry consignment account debit, consignment account debit, consignment account debit, and consignment stock reserve account credit. For cancelling the reserve amount from the consignment stock, pass the journal entry consignment account debit and consignment stock reserve account credit. So write at the debit side by the name of consignment stock reserve account. Okay, if they have the unsold stock 1/4, if we calculating the amount of 1/4 of cost price, it's become rupees 20,000. Okay, but we taking there rupees 25,000. It means they have rupees 5,000 extra. So it is the reserve amount, rupees 5,000. Okay, proportionate expenses are same. There are just difference in the cost price and invoice price. As per the cost price, the 1/4 goods are unsold. It means cost price rupees 20,000, but we getting that rupees 25,000 because invoice price rupees 1 lakh and 1/4 of 1 lakh is become rupees 25,000. So they have the clear information about the difference. Okay, as per cost price rupees 20,000 and as per invoice price rupees 25,000. So we are making the calculation as per the invoice price. Okay, and we clearly know that they have 5,000 rupees extra. So the reserve means extra amount. It's right at the debit side of the consignment account. Okay, after that you can calculate the profit or loss of your consignment. Total rupees 1,26,100. Making the calculation, rupees 1,26,125 total of credit, rupees 1,26,125, and the total of debit side is rupees 900, 3, 4, 8, 13, 1,13,900. So rupees 25, 12, 2, 1, 12,225. Okay, then I given the wrong answer in the book. Rupees 12,225. Okay, so for the profit transfer, the consignment's profit transfer to the P&L account. Okay, so for that we need to pass the journal entry for transferring the profit, consignment account debit and P&L account credit. Profit transfer. Okay, rupees 12,225. Total become rupees 1,26,125. 1,26,125. Okay. At the end of financial year, it send the balance amount. It settle its account by sending the DD, okay, of due amount. The total receivable amount rupees 80,000. Out of that, it deduct rupees 20,000 for bills receivable, 4,000 for its commission, and 1,000 for its expenses. 1,500. It means total 25,500 deducted from it. 25,500. It means 64,500. 54,500. Balance amount sent by DD. So pass the journal entry 54,500. Okay. Total 80,000. Okay. Balance final amount it's paid by DD. So for that pass the journal entry bank account debit and Narayan's account credit. Narayan's account credit. Okay. कितना टाइम है क्या कुछ?
31 minutes.
Okay. This is the example. This is first example when consignor send the goods on invoice price. Okay. All the financial record has same, but just little difference is that when consignor send the goods at that time, it's write in invoice pro forma just extra amount, and which amount it have shown in the invoice pro forma, it's written in the financial record. Okay, and at the time of valuation of unsold stock, it's also make the constant that it also evaluate the unsold stock at the invoice price, because when it asks to the consignee or consignee asks to consignor how much goods have the balance with consignee, the amount always have same, but if it's making the calculation on the as per the cost price, the value has changed, will be changed, and then creating some confusion, or by which purpose it sent the goods on invoice price, it's open if it's evaluate the unsold stock. So when it's making the total accounting treatment, accounting process, at that time it's keep the suspense and write the amount as per the invoice price. But at the last stage of valuation, making the calculating the profit or loss, it's just decrease the excess amount and then find out the profit or loss. Otherwise, it cannot show the its original profits. Okay, so this is our example on the invoice price. Okay, thank you so much.